Hey guys, welcome back. Today we will be taking a look at the artifact quest for, excuse me, for Unholy spec for the Death Knights. So let's get started. I'm glad the weapon you're been carrying around has proven useful. Our ally, the Lich King, has offered to provide you with a lead on another weapon should the one you already have somehow be lacking. Consider the options carefully and let me know which one you would like to seek out. So we're going after Apocalypse, an ancient blade crafted by the Nathrazim which spreads plague, death, and violence in its wake. Apocalypse is a powerful tool of destruction. The blade was wielded by the Tyrus Guard before it fell into the hands of the Dark Riders. Now the only way to find it is to hunt down the Riders to their secret lair. Sounds good.
I will listen. For now,
Very well.
we will have our
The
revenge.
sanctum of the Dark Riders is hidden even to my sight, though many in Duskwood have given their lives to unearth it. I sense one such presence in Mana Mistmantle, a man strong in the light. If he could be bent to your will, he may prove to be the key you require.
So, the Lich King's chill voice fills your mind once again. There's an ancient blade lost in the echoes of time that has the power to bring my vengeance upon the Legion. It is known as Apocalypse. I've sensed the blade in the possession of the Dark Riders of Deadwind Pass. Their magic conceals them from my sight, but they cannot hide from the Scourge. They were last seen by my agents near a place called Manor Mistmantle. Go there, defeat the Dark Riders, and claim the blade. Alright, so, we spoke to him. We could take the portal here in Acaris to Dalaran, but I'll just Hearth. Although, sometimes these... Hey, it went almost instantly. Feels good, man. Alright, so... Let us head in to the center of Dalaran, the Chamber of the Guardian, and go down to the portal room. Down here, if you didn't see it already, we have done Blood Spec, so you can see it over here. I have Maw of the Damned. I've been working with that for a little while. We'll be doing, of course, Apocalypse now. No pun intended. Dalaran Portal to Karazhan. We'll be doing the quest for Apocalypse now, and after that, we'll check out Frost. How to get Frost weapons. Haven't played Frost really ever. Been more of an Unholy player, and I dabbled here and there with Bloodspec, which I'm going to be playing this expansion mostly. Although I am in love with Unholy the way it is right now. Tanks are just so much fun at this particular point in time. So, and Frost has been so bad so far. Although they just buffed it in a recent patch, a bunch of huge buffs to Frost DPS. So we'll see that in the next video. Hopefully that works out. And Unholy is just really cool. I love that they kind of changed it so you're basically a pet summoning class, kind of like a necromancer. But you may have seen this spot before. We've done this a few times in this little area. Here's Revel Cost.
Stay back! I may be wounded, but the light will protect me. What? Have you not come to finish what the Dark Riders started?
No. The power would serve to defeat the Legion. You consider that an evil goal? He's saying we're evil. I admit that the Legion is a great threat, but my duty is to the light. I must stand vigilant against its enemies at all times, no matter how dire the situation appears. If we do not act, Sargeras will take this world. There will be no remnant of your holy light to follow. Where will your duty be then? The light will not falter so long as the brave hold it in their hearts. We've seen it bring about the Legion's defeat before, and it will do so again. You're wrong. I was at the Broken Shore. I saw the demons cut through our men, holy and unholy alike. If we cannot turn the tide now, we are all lost.
I hear the truth in your words. We may walk very different paths, but I see you fight for a noble cause. I will tell you what I know.
I am left with little choice. I cannot face another Dark Rider ambush alone, and you are obviously formidable. I will help you find your artifact, but only if you will allow me to return the others in their possession to their rightful place. Do we have a deal, Death Knight? Very well. I suppose an introduction is in order. I am Revel Cost, Priest of the Light and a Seeker of Lost Artifacts. I've dealt with the Dark Riders before, and have returned to rid them of to rid this place of them. The riders are elusive, but I may have a clue to their whereabouts. In our previous confrontation, I was able to see a glimpse into their past. Granted blessed vision by the cloak of purity, I saw the Dark Riders for who they were before. Come with me to Aridin's camp. I will explain on the way.
Go with the light. It seems you've been followed. Dark Riders!
The Dark Riders are here. So, I'm not particularly on the up and up on how to play Unholy. I'm not I haven't played too much of it since the, what does this do? Puts virulent plague. Virulent, fuck. I don't know how to speak.
One, but there will be more. Quickly, to Aridin's camp.
Alright, well, you gotta lead the way there, mate. If you were interested, this is what these are the talents that I took. All will serve: Pestilent, Pustules, Castigator,
The Dark
Sludge
Riders
Belcher,
were not always like this. They were once a group of traveling merchants.
Corpse Shield,
Unfortunately,
Necrosis,
they
and Dark
crossed the
Arbiter.
sorcerer Medivh, who cursed them to an eternity of hunting artifacts for him. Look out behind you!
Behind you! I am not afraid of these fools. Goddamn. I don't know if that was me or the kitty cat. Gonna assume it was me. Yeah, I did pretty decent DPS here. Friend?
Your skill in combat is impressive. We may yet survive this.
Well, I know I am. I don't know about you in that level
Aridin
60
was
gear.
the first of the Dark Riders, and I believe he leads them now. His camp is still in Deadwind Pass, strangely untouched after all these years. If my convictions are correct, the key to finding the Dark Riders, as well as the artifacts they still covet, can be found there.
Are you sure? I've only done this once before.
Be ready!
I need to get closer.
Summon our Dark Arbiter in here. Hey, we did it.
Let us press on. We are nearly there.
I'm with you, friend. This place always spooks the shit out of me.
Turn away now, interloper. The horrors of the past will be your undoing.
The horrors of the past.
Here, the camp is in this clearing. Let us search it.
Well, let's go then. Hello, Boomkin. And Warlock. How are you? And other Warlock.
How can the light...
As much as your company pains me, you are proving to be a powerful ally. I believe the key to finding the Dark Riders is here somewhere. It is strange that the Riders haven't followed us here, but we should make haste lest they change their mind. This place is where the merchant Aridin set up camp while he was trying to ply his dubious wares to the sorcerer Medivh. It has remained strangely untouched for all this time, which leads me to believe it may still have a connection to its former owner. Help me search the camp. See if we can find something to lead us to the Dark Riders.
Light redeemed.
So, you want to click on this journal over here, it launches you back.
You will suffer for your trespass.
He yells. Dark energy hums from the journal, which appears to be the writings of Aridin, chronicles his time in Deadwind Pass. One entry in particular stands out. I hear the whispers. They call me from the wet soil of the shallow graves, hearkening me to my legacy. But what legacy? The merchant I once was had no special bloodline. Nevertheless, I am drawn to it. The dread blade, the world ender, apocalypse.
What do you need?
Wet soil, shallow graves. I think the journal is referring to the grave sites off the lake near Karazhan. Oh, I got some friends. I don't want to let it kill. Damn it. I don't want to let it kill that AFK guy.
Turn away now, interloper.
Let me show you
Horrors
the light.
of the past.
Nobody referring to the grave sites off the lake near Karazhan. Nobody knows who was buried there.
I think that means we're on the right
Shut up.
track. See what you can find in that journal.
But they may be the key to finding the Dark Riders. You can speak to the dead,
The
yes?
light redeems. Understand, I cannot be a part of what you must do. When you are finished, meet me outside Karazhan.
Sure. Remember, you can fly here. This is the old world, so you can still fly in this zone. So if you're on this quest, once you do your little escort bullshit with him, you can fly to your next destination. You don't have to run around. And we're going to be heading over to these shallow grave sites right behind Karazhan. Here we go. You can see them here. I don't know exactly what we have to do. Learn the location of the Dark Riders. Is there like a... Do I click on them? Hello? Hello? Is there more? Oh, here they are. I'm fucking retarded. Alright, click on these. Why would you bring me back here? I need to ask you a question. I didn't buy you a drink. So I can kill you.
No! The blade must remain buried. You cannot have it!
Well, come on, man. I want it.
Aradin, no. Why did you unearth that cursed blade? It must be retrieved. He cannot control the unbridled wrath within. Go to the catacombs. The curse must be lifted.
So now we head to the catacombs, which is literally right down here. And actually, Revel Cost is chilling up here, waiting for us.
What do you need?
The chill down my spine tells me you must have met with success. What did you find? The catacombs. I've never heard of such a place, unless he means there's a sewer grate along the edge of the river leading to a catacombs underneath Karazhan. I've never paid much attention, but it could lead to the catacombs that the spirit spoke of. To think the Dark Riders may have been under our noses this entire time. Come, let us see where this leads.
I am the light's vengeance. The sewer entrance is this way. Follow me.
I was already there, dickhead. You're just standing up there waiting for the raid. Come on, man. Come on, Revel. Revel Cost. Now we head inside.
Take care. There is a dark energy emanating from the spirits of this place. We had best not get too close.
So this is the catacombs of Karazhan. This is where we do part of our quest down here. As you make your way down this spiral staircase, a lot of those annoying little banshees are going to spit shit at you, and you'll have to fight your way through these guys as well. Not that big of a deal. They're really easy. Just make sure you're paying attention to your health. You're probably better geared than I am. I'm at item level 714 right now. I've done a little bit of questing to level this guy up to 102.
How far down is this place? These stairs seem to go forever.
Forever. They go forever. I think I've got all my buttons on the bar. I should. I don't think there's anything I'm missing. Although for some reason I feel like there is. Could be I'm just remembering Unholy how it used to be. There's no more blood boil for this spec, is there? No. Okay, so I'm not missing anything. I'm just confused. It's been a while since I played the Death Knight Unholy. Alright. Perfect. Get a couple of the Dark Riders down here at the bottom. Easy clear. And that stupid shit is hitting me. Perfect.
The way is blocked.
The way is blocked.
Intruders! You will go no further.
We don't have
Those
strangulate, do we?
spirits he's controlling look like they'll rip us apart. We have to figure out a way to get past without being torn asunder.
Yeah, just wraith walk
This
across it
magic is too strong for me.
and interrupt him.
You may be able to cross
Conservator, do your duty.
He's gonna keep talking, but essentially just hit wraith walk, walk across, beat him. GG. Good spec. It's a fun spec. I've always liked Unholy for, you know, being able to have kind of the permanent pets. It's kind of that necromancer I always enjoyed playing in Diablo 2 or the the less liked
keep your guard up.
pet druid
Over here.
from Diablo 2.
Is this the relic you seek?
So there's
The
Apocalypse. Let's
chambers
click
look
it.
to be just ahead. Let us proceed.
So this is what you're after. The artifacts of Karazhan belong here. And I will not allow them to be taken away.
You have no right to these artifacts, fiend. They must be reclaimed in the name of the light.
Your light does not reach here, priest. If you want the blade, Death Knight, come and claim it.
I'm going to. Revel's gonna stay here.
Quickly, after him. I will only slow you down.
You're gonna get a couple mobs popping up here. Gotta kill them really quick. What I was gonna say is, it kind of feels like the, you know, it kind of gives you that feel of being a necromancer, being able to control things, which is cool. They've given you a nice way to have quite a few pets, honestly. You can switch your ghoul into an A-bomb, and if you take all will serve, you get a ranged skeletal minion to go along with it. So you get a little extra DPS there, and of course you can use Dark Transformation to empower your A-bomb, turn him into like Festerface and Rotgut model from ICC. I forget what they call those, but you get the idea. And also, you can have the Dark Maiden replace the Dark Arbiter, which I think replaces Gargoyle, right? Yeah, it replaces the Summon Gargoyle, which I was never too fond of anyway. The Gargoyle's kind of goofy looking. And of course, Army of the Dead, and then when we get Apocalypse, Apocalypse has this really cool ability that I'll show you once we have finished up the quest line, so that you can see how many pets you can really end up with. Which is part of the reason, you know, I wanted to play Unholy so badly this expansion, but it's just too fun being a tank. It's one of those things where haven't played a tank since Burning Crusade, and they've done a great job. But Unholy is hella fun. I just said hella. I'm embarrassed. I really am enjoying it though. This is a very good DPS spec. Took a little too much damage there. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I don't have to go in there. So here he is, Aradin, and he's wielding Apocalypse.
You are a persistent one. Very well. If you so thirst for the power of Apocalypse, then I will show it to you myself.
Good.
Feel the wrath of the World Ender.
You're gonna feel something, brother.
It calls to souls long dead. You are not the only one who can control souls of the dead. Aid your master. No, the power is mine.
Not today. Do I gotta kill these things?
Was not yours, Aradin. You did not wield Apocalypse. Its dark energies wielded you as its weapon.
The voice. Father?
Rest now, my son. The curse is lifted.
No king rules forever, my son.
You are free.
So let's claim Apocalypse. Well, I think I captured that screen.
The Dark Riders are
Or got that screen
defeated.
capture.
Now I can reclaim these stolen artifacts and return them to their rightful owners. You have proven an unexpected ally. The weapon is yours. Let us hope it can turn the tide in this war. The Dark Riders lost this battle, but I fear they will soon regroup. We had best be gone before they do. Let me show you the light.
Today was a great blow against the Dark Riders, and a victory for the people of Duskwood. They are in your debt, as am I. I was wrong about you, Death Knight. Your assistance against the Dark Riders has proven a great service to the light. Perhaps I should not be so quick to judge. Nevertheless, you have allowed me to fulfill my purpose in returning these artifacts to their rightful owners. As for Apocalypse, I can think of no safer place than in your care. May it serve you well against the Legion, Death Knight.
The light redeems.
I can sense the power of the world ender within you, Death Knight. You are prepared for the war to come. Join me at the Frozen Throne. I will meet my new champion, face to face.
So the Lich King sends us a Death Gate to summon us to the Frozen Throne. And I guess he doesn't. Okay, so huh? I guess we turn this in here. I'm kind of confused. Um, is it up here where I turn it in? Hello? He's got a quest for me. What the hell, man? I'm kind of confused. What just happened? Oh, I can get on a mount. I don't know why I'm walking. I'm so confused. He said to come to the Lich King, but this is not the Lich King. Oh, looks like we're turning it in here. The champion of the Lich King returns, and with a mighty weapon to bear against our demon foes. May the Burning Legion tremble at the sight of our forces. Alright, I guess we're not going to the Lich King. That's a little bit of a disappointment. You always do it on the first time you finish up one of the quest lines at 100 when you get your first artifact. So apparently you don't go back to him again. So that's a little unfortunate. I was hoping we'd go to see him again, but not a big deal. Let's take a real quick look at our weapon as it appears in your hand. Draw it out here. So that's Apocalypse, guys. Pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. We'll take a look at the traits in just a moment. I want to show you one thing here. Here is the training dummies. Of course, you can see we have our A-bomb, we have our skeletal minion, and one of our major things that we have for Unholy now is these things called Festering Wounds. If we hit Festering Strike, you can see we've got 6 now, we've got 8. I'm wondering how many you can have at a time. I think it's 10. No, apparently you can have 8. So we have 8, and in just a moment, we're going to summon our Dark Arbiter. We're going to summon the Army of the Dead. And we're going to pop all of our globules, and you can, or Festering Wounds, it summons another Army of the Dead. And you can see how many pets we can end up having at once, which is freaking awesome. I love that. I love it a lot. Let's put my pets on passive here so they don't keep hitting. But you can see how many pets you end up really having. It's freaking amazing. It's really cool. It gives you that feeling of really being a summoning Death Knight or a Necromancer. So can end up having what? I don't know how many. A Legion of Ghouls. And then you'll get a Legion of Ghouls. You'll get 8 from Apocalypse. Summoning a member of your Army of the Dead. So this is I didn't mention this yet, but this is our weapon's ability. It's called Apocalypse. It's on a 1.5 minute cooldown. It's instant cast, striking the enemy, dealing 109,953 physical damage, and bursting all of your festering wounds on the target. Summoning a member of your Army of the Dead for 15 seconds for each burst festering wound, which means we popped 8. So we had 8 plus our 2 here is 10, our Dark Arbiter made 11, and of course our Army of the Dead as well. So we had upwards of, 15, almost 20 probably mobs that were fighting for us, which is really cool. So now here we are back at the Soul Forge, which we saw before. This is in Acris on the bottom floor. This is either this might be the top floor actually. This might be the top floor. So anyway, this is, when you click on it, this is where you will find the UI that will allow you to put points, artifact power, and relics in. So if we click on this Feast of Souls, it's a 1 rank passive, increasing our shadow damage that we deal by 10%. That's also going to open up the rest of the traits for the weapon. And we have 3 traits on this weapon that are major traits. Golden, they have the golden dragon portrait around them, and all the rest are minor traits. And I'm going to go through all of these. I'm also going to read them as they are. I'm not going to read them as if they're max rank. And I also want to mention that your artifact power will go up every single time you put a point in, and eventually it will go up exponentially. You will get more artifact power to compensate, but it's not, you don't gain as much. You don't gain points, every day. You won't gain a new point every day. Once you hit a certain point, it'll take a while of saving up, and I'm at the point where I need to save up roughly 50, 60,000 points on my main to put another point in. So eventually it'll become a little more difficult to put these points in, but as you're leveling, you might have a few points. Also, I suggest getting the companion app, so in case you're not playing, you can send off missions at your mission table to get some extra artifact power. Especially if you're playing on your main and maybe your Death Knights, your alt, you don't have a lot of time to play. You can get extra artifact power and you log in. I've had bags full of artifact power just from doing that. So get the WoW Legion companion app. It's on iOS and Android, and you can do it right from your phone or from your tablet. You can send your guys on missions and everything else. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, let's get started. So we have Rotten Touch. This is 3 ranks, increasing damage dealt by Festering Strike by 7%. We have Eternal Agony, 3 ranks, increases the duration of Dark Transformation by 2 seconds. We have the Darkest Crusade, 3 ranks, increasing the effect of your Fallen Crusader Runeforge by 10%. We have Portal to the Underworld, 1 rank. Your army of the dead ghouls explode when they die, dealing 19,997 shadow damage to nearby enemies. That number, the 19,997, that's at the level that I'm at. I'm level 102 right now, so at 110 it'll be higher. These numbers can change as you level, and as your weapon's item level goes up. Runic Tattoos, 3 ranks, increases your maximum runic power by 5 and your runic power generation by 3%. And our first major trait, Scourge of Worlds, 1 rank. Deathquill has a chance to increase your Scourge Strike damage against that target by 30% for 6 seconds. That's really powerful. We have Scourge the Unbeliever, 3 ranks. Scourge Strike has a 3% chance to generate 1 rune. Armies of the Damned, this is 1 rank. Ghouls summoned by Army of the Dead apply additional effects with their claw attack. Death, increased damage taken from the Death Knight. War, reduced healing done. Famine, reduced damage dealt to the Death Knight. And Pestilence, additional damage over time. We have Plague Bearer, 3 ranks, increases damage dealt by virulent, god damn, I can't say that, virulent plague by 7%. Sorry, I'm like rolling my tongue as I say that. Deadly Durability, 3 ranks, increases the effectiveness of Anti-Magic Shell and Icebound Fortitude by 3%. We have Gravitational Pull, 1 rank. Death Grip also reduces the target's movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds. Our second major trait, Double Doom, 1 rank passive. Sudden Doom can now accumulate 2 charges and will occur 15% more frequently. That is one of our passives, right? Sudden Doom. Your auto attacks have a chance to make your next death coil cost no runic power. So, okay. So you can get 2 charges of free death coils and will occur more frequently. That's pretty cool. Deadliest Coil, 3 ranks, increases damage dealt by death coil by 7%. We have Unholy Endurance, 3 ranks, reduces all damage you take from area of effect attacks by 5%. And finally, our last major trait and our last trait in general, the Shambler. Your attacks have a chance to summon a super zombie that shambles forward and explodes, dealing 66,654 shadow damage to nearby enemies. Again, remember these numbers will change as I level up or as you level up. So it'll be different at 110 than it is where I am right now. So we looked at all the major traits and all the minor traits. Pretty awesome. Now we can look up here. We see the 3 relic slots. Third one is locked until you finish your class order hall campaign. So that could take you well into 110, depending on how much you play, and it still will take a short amount of time, or a decent amount of time. So this will be locked for a little while. These two are available to me right as I get the weapon, fire artifact and a shadow artifact. Relic. You'll get these through quests, through dungeons. You'll get them as world drops, and you can also get them through professions. What these do is they add passive item levels to your weapon, and they will also add passive levels or passive ranks to some of these minor traits. So, for instance, if we get a fire artifact relic and it gives +1 to say eternal agony, and I've already maxed this out, I don't want to join your guild. If you put a point, or you have 3 points in this already, this adds 1 point to it. You'll have 4 of 4, so you have a fourth rank, and that would increase the duration of dark transformation by an additional 2 seconds. So you would be at 8 seconds instead of 6 at the regular max rank. So I don't necessarily know if it'll add one to that, but I'm using that as an example. So do keep in mind as well, when you put a relic into these slots, you can't take them back out. When you put another relic in over top, it destroys the one that's already in there. This isn't really a big deal as you're leveling, but when you're at 110 and you start to get to those higher item levels, make sure that you are making a choice that isn't a side grade. You're not gaining, maybe one item level and you're losing a rank in Plague Bearer for, a rank in say runic tattoos, and you end up losing DPS overall. Take a look and make sure that you're not going to screw yourself over. I mean, it can't be that big of a deal, but again, keep in mind you can end up hurting yourself by destroying whatever's inside. If you see up here in the top left corner, we now have a number 1. We got that when we put a point into this trait here, Feast of Souls, and we gained a passive increase of stamina of 0.75%, and that will happen for every trait purchased up to 34 traits. So as we go and we put points around, we'll gain a bunch of extra stamina to go along with our increase in damage and survivability and such from putting points into our traits. Okay, so we've taken a look at all of this. You can see there's an appearance tab down here at the bottom. If you click on it, it'll bring you a little bit closer to your item, and you can click and actually see the different colors, the different hues for these appearances, and also tell you how to get them. This is Unholy War. This is the second one that you can get. Herald of Pestilence. Wait till it comes around so you can get a look at it. Pretty cool. And then Famine Bearer, which is kind of goofy looking, but I mean, it's alright. I like Unholy War the best, I think. And there's also a hidden appearance that goes down here, and you can Google that and find out how to get that for Unholy. I don't know all the specifics of all of them. I didn't have time to look them all up. But this is the one that we start with, and of course, like I said, it'll tell you how to go about receiving these different what do you call them, appearances. And you can open up that UI from anywhere in the world. If you open up your inventory or open up your character pane, depending on where the weapon is, you can shift right click on it and it'll bring this up. You won't be able to change appearances or add artifact power anywhere except here at the Soul Forge and Acaris, but you can put your relics in the slots anywhere you want. So if you're in a dungeon and you just got one, you can just pop it right on in. But you do have to come back here to put in artifact power or to change the appearance of the weapon. So keep that in mind.
I'm out of range.
Trying to think if that's it. That's pretty much it, guys. I did show you all the talents and such, and we talked about all the traits, and we took a look at the weapon itself. Alright, guys, that is it. I hope you did enjoy the video. A little quick walkthrough of the artifact quest, and we looked at the traits on the weapon, and it's a little bit of its different appearances. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the thumbs up, leave me a like. I do appreciate those. Also, maybe think about subscribing. It'll keep you up to date when I do more of these videos showing you the artifact quests. Or if you are interested in my playthrough of the Broken Isles on my Demon Hunter, my tank Demon Hunter, you can check that out as well. And I'll also be doing other videos here in the future. Some raid videos, some dungeon videos, etc., etc. I don't want to bore you with all that shit. Just think about hitting the subscribe button if you're interested in World of Warcraft content. Leave any comments, questions, suggestions down below as well. I do appreciate those, and I try and respond to them as fast as possible. Of course, I have to wait for a notification, but as soon as I see it, I'll hit you back up. But guys, you have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening, depending on where you are in the world, and I hope to see you again in the next episode. Bye bye now.